I was a little late getting to this movie. It is a funny movie. I watched it when it first came out on video, probably Blockbuster, right? But then something happened that brought this great painting to be. But it was very strange how it happened. And it taught me a lesson along the way. I was at a party one time and I had some of my art hanging there with some other artists. And I was talking to this guy who was admiring a bunch of my paintings that were all based on movies. And he said, "Man, you should paint the dude, the Big Lebowski." And I knew of the movie, of course, and I knew of the character, and I knew it was very popular. So I retorted something like, "Yeah, you want me to? Okay." So I went home and I painted it. Like a dummy. No deposit, not even a handshake. I mean, he gave me his business card at this party, but that was it. After I painted it, I contacted him. I left him a voicemail, and I was very specific about why I was calling. And so his wife got involved in this correspondence and refused to go through with this imaginary deal that we had, saying that they never agreed to the transaction and whatnot. And she was right. So I learned a very valuable lesson well into adulthood.
Sign the contract, big boy. Come on, sign the contract.
So anyway, sometime after that, after it was done, and he didn't buy it, I had it hanging at this guy's AV showroom. I used to like housing some of my art in different places that were climate controlled and had the potential to be seen by whoever. And this showroom was really cool. It looked like the inside of an upscale home. So one day I had to go pick it up because I was having a show that had a bunch of my paintings that were based on movies. And I wanted to include it. And after I had picked it up and taken it with me, he called me and asked me if it was going to be for sale at this show. And I said, well, of course. And he said, no, put a sold sign on it because I want you to bring it back to me. So I said, sir, yes, sir. And that made for a nice evening because one of the biggest paintings at the show with a red dot on it. As anyone who's a fan of the movie, it's hilarious. It's one of Jeff Bridges' staples. The rest of the cast is great too, but when I did the painting, I wanted to somehow encapsulate this laid-back slacker disposition of the dude. He was very irritable, but only because these unpleasant situations were forced upon him, right?
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
This guy was just fine with his mundane routine of bowling and drinking White Russians. So in the shot, you could see the irritation in his countenance, and he's holding this ever-present cocktail. And this is not something I would ever request or order at the time. I didn't even know what was in a White Russian at the time. I still don't remember. But I was easily able to find somebody with the ingredients, and I had them put one together for me to go. So I brought the drink home with me, and I mixed it in with my paint. Not all of it, just the part that is the drink in the painting. So the White Russian in the painting is a real White Russian. The painting was 48 by 48 canvas, with a lot of variations of yellow ochre, yellow oxide, and light browns and tans. Kept everything very angular without yet reaching the full potential of the style I've culminated now. It was a treat to paint and ended up in a very cool home. If you haven't seen this movie and you enjoy very highbrow comedy, no. Without giving too much away, the plot and the story really wouldn't unravel unless but for two things: mistaken identity and greed. And a lot of that stems from the people you choose to be friends with. The characters in this movie are very diverse in their own ways, and it has a super smooth narration throughout. But I mean, come on, you gotta admit, Sam Elliott is just cool.
Thank you.